Hey everybody, Coaching for the Soul, Thursdays at 3 has begun. This is a 99% intuitive, I would say clairvoyant reading, not intuitive really. If you're watching this live, hello. Please announce yourself when you come into the program. If you're watching this on my YouTube channel, please subscribe to my channel. And please like the videos. And please leave a little comment on the videos if you would please, even if it's just hi Bill. When you do that, the YouTube algorithms will send Coaching for the Soul around the world, so people who are looking for a little bit more Coaching for the Soul receive it in their feed. Yes. So, hello Pratik, how's it going? Hi Kathy. Yeah, so, hi Christine, how's it going? Aloha to you, aloha to you. This Lee, we were talking about that yesterday, that he's going to have a hard time saying aloha and mahalo. He's a nonconformist. So we'll see how long that takes when we get to Hawaii. Yeah. I think it's going to be funny. Allison Strange, hello. Hi, Suze. How's it going for you? It's a beautiful day in Detroit today, about 60 degrees. No clouds in the sky. It is beautiful. Bailey is sitting in front of the doorway in the sun with his blanket and in his bed. Yep. So he's hanging out in the sun right now. So yeah. Well, hi Nancy. How are you? Yeah, so there's a lot to talk about. I don't know what we're going to start with first. I think I kind of do. Hey Rhonda. Yeah. So I don't know, wait a couple more minutes here and see. Yep. I'm good. Bailey's okay. He just ate his frosted mini wheats. So, hi Kelly. That's all he eats. He eats shredded up frosted mini wheats and the noodles from Progressive Hearty Chicken Noodle Soup. Eats the noodles from that. We mash them up for him. And that's what he eats. That's all he eats all day. Yep. Cans of noodles and frosted mini wheats. So yeah, he gets whatever he wants. As long as he eats it and I can put his medicine in there. It's all good. He's doing okay. He's, he'll be 18 years old in 3 weeks. So, yeah. He sometimes has trouble walking sometimes. Can't see worth the damn. He's blind pretty much from cataracts. Yeah, but he's still alive. Yep, he's still kicking. Yep, so it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, but he'll be 18 years old November 22nd. Yes. Hi, Stephanie. How are you? I saw you were in Jackson the other day. Or you were in Jackson yesterday, I think. Not sure. Marcy, hello. I've been thinking about you, my dear. How's everything going for that new job you have? Do you love it or what? Yes. So, yeah. I guess we're going to start because he's revving to go. So, oh, you're in Jackson today. I'll be in Jackson tomorrow night for a get together with some friends from high school that are in town. Yeah, yes. So, hi Kathy. Yes, so there's a new person here. I don't know how to pronounce her name, so I'll just let it go. Hey Joe, how's it going? La Archangeli. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Anyway, so, yes. I gotta center myself. Okay. Times are crazy today, which is good. Hi, Diane. How are you? Okay. Here's where we're going to start. Okay. We're going to start with the retrogrades are done until November 23rd, when Jupiter comes out of retrograde in, I don't remember the sign it's in. It might be Aries. I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm just reading about it, but I went blank like always. So, the 3 retrogrades are done, all right? The big ones. Mercury retrograde, Pluto retrograde in Capricorn, and Saturn retrograde in, I believe it is, what it was, I don't know. But Jupiter, okay. So those are done. Those are the ones that are, Pluto is about the structure of your life, changing everything around, breaking walls down, ripping off the ceiling. that's over after 6 months, okay? So it's moving forward at the moment in Capricorn. So now Spirit says you get to take the cement and patch all the holes, okay, of the things that fell down on top of you. And that's Pluto retrograde. Saturn retrograde is structure, okay? And that now has moved forward. So everything that was stuck behind it, it's the no planet, N-O, exclamation point. Okay? No, you can't have that. No, it's not going to happen. No, not going to happen. And for me, it was huge because Saturn is my ruling planet in Capricorn. Okay? So Jupiter right now was in Aries. Okay? The sign of the ram. Push it through, expansion, the whole 9 yards, right? Hey, Haley. It just as of yesterday went into Pisces. It's going backwards, right? So it's in Pisces until the end of its retrograde in 3 weeks. Okay? So anything that was going on in the month of May that was not moving forward, that was not working right, if you can remember that, hey, Teresa Parker, look back at that and see, it will start to come to fruition right now, all right? So it's back for a minute, and then it's going to move forward on the 24th of November. Hi, Amanda. And everything is going to be abundant, okay? So start planning now, Spirit says. Start planning now. And you guys all know about the story from October 2nd and October when I threw the chair away, and October 7th when Pluto went forward in Capricorn, and then Saturn had happened 2 weeks ago, this past week. Okay, it went forward. So those massive things, hey Austin, all that stuff that was stuck is starting to move forward. Okay, so all the things you asked for during the last 6 months, trust me, are going to come to fruition. All right, so you have to make sure that you stay as positive as you possibly can. Okay, and when Jupiter starts to go forward on the 24th of November, guess what? It's going to be boom. Okay, because they all follow Jupiter. It's the largest. It is the largest planet in the solar system. Okay, so hey Candy. So good things are happening at the end of this month, of course, but also by the end of next month. So next month, Spirit says, is catch-up time. Okay, not the stuff you eat, but catch up. C-A-T-H, right? C-A-T-C-H-U-P, catch up. Okay, and ask, he says, out loud. Ask for what you want. All right. Yes. Christmas should be glorious. It should be very, very good for everybody. There's abundance in the air, he says. Be ready for 2023. It is another quantum leap year, okay? So we thought this month went fast and the last month went fast. Guess what? It's going to go faster in 2023. So we have to be conscious of that. I mean, my gosh, it's already what, it's the 27th of the month already. It was just Mercury retrograde just ended. It seems crazy. Hey Jennifer. So make sure you're conscious about that, right? Yes. Hang on. Let's go talk about this too. There's someone else here now too. So hang on. Upper guides. Okay, so upper level guides are saying this, that treat yourself with kindness, okay? When you're in a place that you don't know where you're at emotionally, when you're in a place that you don't understand, hey Heidi, do the best that you can to be as conscious as you can about the way that you're treating yourself, okay? It's very, very hard, trust me. I went through those 2 weeks in September that probably some of the worst stuff I've been through in my entire life. But it was all clearing. It was all things that I didn't know what was going on because they shielded the retrogrades from my knowledge so that I would have to go through it without thinking, oh, that's what that is, and I wouldn't feel everything, okay? So upper level guides are saying, be kind to yourself. Give yourself those I love yous every day, okay? Because it's very, very, very important that we do that. Did I do that during that 2.5? No, I did not do that during the 2.5 weeks at all. I was totally, basically comatose, okay? And people are going through that every day, all right? And there's another person today on my Facebook feed who's taking time away from social media because again, he's being bombarded with elements of change, Spirit says. And everybody's going through it, all right? So when it's your turn, make sure that you do what you need to do to take care of yourself, okay? If that means eat lots of ice cream, eat lots of ice cream. It doesn't matter. Just make yourself as whole as you can, Spirit says. It doesn't matter if it's a childhood thing. Doesn't matter if it's anything like eating and things like that. It doesn't matter. As long as it's not drugs or alcohol, you're going to be fine. Okay? Because it's all about making sure that you feel loved, Spirit says. Again, it's very, very interesting that I know that that when I channel things like this, right? That it's first off, it's about love. Second of all, it's about taking care of yourself. And thirdly, it's about don't effing worry about it, right? When you're in that space of clearing, when you're in that space, do whatever you possibly can to give yourself love. If that means chocolate pudding, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Give yourself whatever you want, because that is going to keep your little kid, your emotion inside satisfied, and you just may help it release quicker than you actually think. I didn't think it was ever going to end. I thought it was going to be in that perpetual hell for God knows how long, because I wasn't thinking as Bill Hobart. I was thinking as Billy Hobart, in my life, doing what I do every day, right? So Billy's back, that's what they call me in school. So, So give yourself love and attention. Feed yourself what you want, right? Don't worry about weight. Please don't worry about weight, okay? It will all start to come off in 2023 and beyond, okay? Not that you got to stuff yourself 24 hours a day. That's not the point. The point is that when you're feeling needy, it's okay to feed yourself what made you happy as a child, okay? Truly is. It truly is. If it makes you go, ooh, I feel nice and warm and fuzzy, do it, okay? Because your Spirit says you're trying to sustain. You're going through this energy. You're trying to sustain your not only your presence, but it will feel like I'm preserving myself, okay? Because that's what I did in childhood when I was upset. Mine was cookies and Mountain Dew, or Twinkies and Mountain Dew, okay? That's what or Orange Pop, oh my God, or New Grape Pop, my favorite pop in the world, right? So that's what I did, right? Walked to the party store because I always had money, got my Twinkies, got my kind of New Grape for 25 cents back in the day, and went to the elementary school swing sets, and I swang on the swings and ate my stuff. Yeah. Then I walked back home. It was only 5 blocks, right? But we went outside doing whatever. My mother didn't have any idea where we were at. We were just outside. So yeah, so that's what I would do. So if that makes you feel better when you're going into your space, that's okay. Do it. Do it. Okay, chimes. All right? It's about taking care of us. Okay, so Kathy asked a question here. What will happen with COVID and the flu? Okay, so get your flu shot, guys. I got mine yesterday. My high dose, because I'm old, okay? Get your flu shot and get your COVID vaccine, okay? COVID will not be what it was last year. It's starting to wane, and Spirit has talked about that before, okay? But you still want to protect yourselves so that you don't get sick just in case something happens, okay? I get it just because of my immune system problems from my childhood, so I don't want to get anything. I mean, I'm sure I can fight it, Michelle, but I don't want it to be a freaking week and a half, 2 weeks. I want it to be a day, maybe 2, okay, if I get it, okay? So far I've been blessed, I've been lucky. Again, they take care of me, but I'm also very, very, I don't leave my house a lot. And if I do, it's in the grocery store and back out. I'm not out there hanging out. I don't do that stuff anymore. And that helps me too. But it will not be as intense as it was prior. Spirit says the strain has run its course, but it will probably always be here. Okay. But getting vaccinated will help you, so it's a shorter amount of time. Okay. Or you won't have things happen. In fact, I've had people that I've talked to who have gotten COVID, and hey, Carson, and they've said the doctor has told them that the reason it's only a little bit of congestion in their chest or whatever is because they got vaccinated twice or 3 times. Okay, that immune system works, everybody, And I'm a big fan of vaccinations because it helped save my life back when I was a kid. So I believe in all that stuff. God and the universe would not have brought vaccines to us if they weren't supposed to take care of us. So just my little soapbox deal for Kathy. Yes. Yes, Haley, the chimes are on fire today. Yes. Just since this. Just since this. Okay. So the next thing is being kind to other people and disrespect. Okay. This has come up a couple of times in with friends, but with family, but also with people who have asked me questions, not clients, not people, not friends, but other people who do what I do. And Spirit wants to talk about the disrespect factor, okay? As we go through this process, we know we can be frustrated, all right? We can say the wrong things at the wrong time, unconsciously for a moment, okay? But I know there's people out there who disrespect their boyfriend, their girlfriend, their wives, their children, themselves, their husbands, on a constant basis, calling them names, okay? Being very, very childlike, okay? And they're in such a rage or in such a place, hey, Carrie Ann, they're in such a place that they're not conscious of what they're saying. Been there, done that. Been there, done that in my angry years, okay? You gotta be conscious. You have to watch what you say all the time, all right? If somebody is in a volatile mood, guess what? You don't engage with them. Be it a wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Don't engage with them because they want you to set off the pressure on the pressure cooker so they can explode. Been there, done that, okay? That is not learned behavior, that is survival behavior, okay? Because as children, we were not allowed to express ourselves when we were upset, okay? No one understood what Billy was thinking about. The boyfriend not being accepted, the boyfriend not being accepted, right? Again, that works on us as children because we don't have the mental capacity to deal with anything. And so as we go through, and people check us because they should, okay? I have people check me at work, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, I apologize. I had never apologized in my life for anything until one day, probably now, 20 years ago, maybe 25, okay? Because I was an absolute terror. But we made all kinds of money, and I justified it that way, and that wasn't the case. Hence why I was alone for 16 years, okay? So we want to really be conscious of what we're saying. There's no name calling. You're not children. Children don't watch this, okay? We're all adults, and we have to make sure that however upset we are, that's your shit and not the person that you live with. Not your shit and not your children. It's your shit. Don't disperse it amongst the family. Don't disperse it amongst your children. Don't disperse it amongst your friends. Because that shit will come back tenfold. Trust me. Karma is karma. Okay? So I'm telling everybody, and I hope this goes around the world, all right? We have to be not only kind to ourselves, but we also have to be kind to the people in our lives. All right? We have to be conscious. You definitely have to not engage. If somebody is upset, don't engage with them. They want you to engage with them, okay? If it's not in person, if it's on the phone, guess what? I think I gotta go. I can't let you talk to me like that. I'll talk to you later. Click. And nothing can be said about that. It is taking care of yourself. So if your boyfriend, girlfriend, brother, sister, mom, dad, whatever, sorry, the most important person in your life is you. You. And you have to take that to heart. No one should be able to treat you bad. No one should ever make you feel bad about yourself. Should never make you feel bad about your past. Should never make you feel bad about anything with you if they love you. If they love you, it should be unconditional, okay? Because when somebody doesn't do that for their children, that's because that's you right there. They're mirroring what you're giving them, okay? If it's your spouse, if it's your girlfriend, if it's your boyfriend, if it's your parents, whatever, you have to make sure that you take care of you. Because if you don't take care of yourself, guess what? World's not going to. Okay? So you have to be grounded. You have to go, okay, this is my stuff, not theirs. And I'm not going to, hi Diane. And I'm not I'm not going to put that on my children, number one, because I'm teaching them that it's okay to be this way, and I'm the mom or the dad. Okay? You're allowing, that's how we learned. My mother was a screamer. She screamed all the time. And my family doesn't think she screamed all the time. That's because you weren't the one who was trying to make everything perfect, so she didn't scream at us. Again, it was picking up her energy, right? She was frustrated and angry that she was in the spot she was in with four kids. Yeah. See, she wasn't one two. Then there comes Billy and Martha. Okay, 5 years later. See? So we have all kinds of things. Was she a loving mom? Big time. She took care of us. There was nothing it was wonderful, right? Did she love us and give us hugs? No, she wasn't that lady. But I'll tell you, if you were sick, she'd make you better. You were hungry, she'd make you food. What else do you eat as a kid, right? Right? So it is just making sure that we check ourselves, that we make sure that we are that we don't allow ourselves to vomit our stuff onto other people. Okay, that's why you got to go to work. Someone's got to leave the house, right? I mean, COVID was crazy because there wasn't anything to do. Everything was closed. So you had to kind of get along. Well, there's always a reason why in our DNA that the men went out and hunted something to kill to eat away from the female and the children, and then returned with the prize, right? Same thing today, not male, female, but in the male DNA, that's in our bodies. Female DNA is gatherers, things like that, right? It's never going to change, but we can, because of our brain size and what we use, we can actually make a choice. We can make a choice not to be that person. If you need emotional support, that's when you seek talk therapy. You do readings with people like myself. You get into the element packages that I've got on my website, right? BillHobart.com, where you get to talk to me every month. To get 13 months for 12 months of, buy 12, get the last month free, okay? Get to talk to me if you do the Earth package, it's an hour every single month. Again, if that works, awesome. But it's about you taking the steps to making sure that if you can't afford to go to a therapist, okay, or you can't find a therapist that you like, which eventually you will, that's when you kind of work with somebody who's doing stuff that I do or that other people do, okay? Quantum healing with my friend Brenda, bonus. Went there this week. I was there for 2 hours, like always. Walked out of there freaking dancing on the freaking stars. Okay, but there are times when I'm together in the house with the dog, and hopefully one of us have to go away. We can't do a whole weekend thing. Someone's got to go away because we can't spend that much time with each other because we're not used to it. Spending time together is not a 24-hour thing. It's not. And if you think that it is, you're insecure with yourself. And you need to think about that, okay? You should not be, if you live in different cities, you should not be FaceTiming or talking on the phone all day long. No, I gotta have my space, man. Back up. That's why it's supposed to be separate, even when you're together, married or whatever, right? That's why kids go to school, to get away from you, to get away from mom, to learn how to understand independence. Okay? So when you spend too much time with each other, it's volatile because all your stuff's going to come up. That's them making sure that you understand that that's not how you're supposed to be. Okay? Because as we go in further into 2023, okay, I'm telling you guys, it's going to be more intense than it was in 2022. And 2022 sucked. For most people that I know, it was discovery and pushback, discovery and pushback, discovery and pushback. Because it wasn't even an ebb and flow, Spirit says. It was worse, okay? We'd get something, it would be great, and all of a sudden they push it way back and slam the door in our face. What the hell is that about? You know, then you work your way back up to the door and open the door, and oh my God, another discovery, great, boom. And then, boom, months later, they would push you right back. Okay, so it is very, very. Hey Alexis. It is very, very important that we understand our mental health, that we understand our heart health, right, and loving ourselves. And it ain't easy, guys. In my 2.5 weeks of just being in a cocoon, it was horrid. Okay, horrid. Again, and I'm going to do that again? No. But the cool thing is that it ended on Mercury retrograde. Okay, it really ended on the 7th of the month when Pluto went forward in Capricorn. And by the time Saturn went forward, life is good. Very, very good. All that stuff disappeared. But what you have to understand too is when you go into those spaces of release, Spirit says, just because it feels better doesn't mean that you don't have scars. I want everybody to understand that, right? Doesn't mean you don't have scars from what you felt, from what you said to yourself, or what you didn't say to yourself. The fact of being cocooned in a place that is not good, okay? You're gonna have scars, psychological scars. Hey, Patty. Psychological scars and emotional scars. So what you have to do is you have to forgive yourself, okay? And other people, you need to push them away, and I will tell you why. They didn't go through that, you did. And they're gonna tell you, just like people have done to you in the past, get over it, I don't understand. Like I had somebody tell me that that me being involved, that I needed to forget about my astrology work, my astrology stuff, because that doesn't fit, hey Shelly, the narrative of my future. What? I've been doing this since I was a kid. Guess what? You telling me that, I'm like, okay, that's great. I don't really know you that well, but it's great. Again, unsolicited advice, Spirit says, okay, ties into this. That when you come out of your place of nurturing, when you come out of your place of WTF, because you don't know what's going on, and others around you did not go through it with you, understand that, right? Even a spouse, wife, girlfriend, mom, dad, brothers, it doesn't matter. They didn't go through it with you, okay? You went through it by yourself. And understand that that's the way it's supposed to be, okay? So when you come out of it, you have to demand calm. You have to get the other person's people to understand that what I just went through, I know you didn't go through it, but I need time to recover. It's like me after a weekend of psychic fairs. It takes me at least 2 days, maybe 2.5 days, for me to recover my energy, my appetite, my sleep, my vibration. I've got to clear it all out. I've got to go from here at 22,000 feet to here, back grounded. Nancy says, unsolicited advice is criticism. Exactly. Okay? You can take it any way you want to. But I've had people in my journey doing what I do now give me unsolicited advice about Maui, Lee, Bailey, my business, my life, and I took that for a little bit and felt really bad, like, oh my God, Spirit, they're getting messages from me. But he's like, no, they're not. No, that's not about you. That's about them. Them, not you. Them needing to prove to you, Bill, that they can help you. But Bill, you don't need any help, which is true, right? Happened again this week. And I was kind of in a bad place because I'm like, I don't understand, blah, 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 blah. Again, not fully recovered from my 2.5 weeks in cocoon, okay? And it lasted about 4 hours before they finally went, okay, enough of that. Get over it. It's just them, right? You don't need any help. You're good. Don't push back on them. Don't say anything to them. Just, okay, that's good. That's good. Because, again, when I'm at a psychic fair, many, many times, people that I don't know, even people that I do know, have in the past, it's happened in Saginaw a couple weeks ago, well, Bill, blah, 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 so you can take all that right there, and that doesn't have anything to do with, that has anything to do with me, okay? So, thanks, time for you to go. And they looked at me like, whoa, see ya, get out of my space, because you know what? I didn't ask you to come into my space. learned that. But then, that's in that environment, right? But then when I'm in my house sitting on my couch, having a nice little conversation with a friend I've known for a year and a half, 2 years, whatever it is, yeah. And it threw me over the edge because I wasn't prepared for the conversation. Meaning being prepared for the conversation, right? Like, Spirit, what are you going to talk about? You know, get your guard up, Bill. Make sure that you watch what you say and don't have yourself all open because, again, they can infect you. Okay? So unsolicited advice is a no. Okay? It is a no because they're trying to give you their agenda. Okay? That's why I don't hug people. Haven't hugged people in years at Psychic Fairs or any other time. It's an energy transfer. This is an energy transfer. Okay, so if you're talking to me and blah 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 blah, when I didn't ask you, I didn't ask the collective for what they think, right? I didn't ask my friends what they think, unless I do, and if I do, that means that I'm open to what they have to say to me. Not that I know what it is, but that I know their intention. I know their energy, and I know they love me, and they would never ever ever try to hurt me. Okay. That's what you got to think about. That's what you got to think about. Don't get information from the collective, from your family. Family has an agenda, everybody. Family has an agenda, and it's their agenda. Each individual person has an agenda because that's what their soul journey is, right? So unless you have a super, super good friend who understands you in your family, right? Right? And hopefully, hey, Adrian, and hopefully they will say, are you open for conversation? Are you open for, right? If I don't say that, they say, well, you know what you should do? Blah, 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 blah. Not what you should do. That's what you think I should do. Spirit, you need to help me with this. I don't know what to do. And let them guide you. Michelle says yoga and meditation and exercise help too. It does. Lifting, going to the gym, going and walking. I walked almost every day. It was nice outside when I was in my cocoon. I had to, just to be outside. And it was nice at that time. See? So, again, there are things you can do, but you have to do them, and that's the problem. When you're in cocoon, it's very, very hard to get off the couch. For me, okay? For most people, it is also. It is hard for them to even think about doing anything because they're afraid. Okay, they're afraid of the feelings they're having. They're afraid of what's going on. Because they don't know what's going on. They're bringing back all this stuff normally from childhood. Well, it's for me anyway. Okay, so it's about being kind to other people. Okay, if you have a boyfriend or girlfriend out of town, your husband's out of town, your wife's out of town, blah 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 blah. You're not gonna sit there and talk to them all day because they got to work or whatever they're doing, right? No, I got to go. I got stuff I got to get done. The break of energy from that person is exceptional. Then you're happy to talk to them again. Okay? If it's a FaceTime thing or a Facebook Messenger video thing where, oh my gosh, I've talked to you every night from 6 o'clock. No. Am I making dinner? No. That is not what you're supposed to do. Okay? Maybe once in a while, if they're out of town, sure. But it can't be an everyday thing where I need your undivided attention or your energy on me so I feel loved and secure. No, that's your shit, not theirs. Okay? Sorry I keep saying that word, but he's very adamant about that. He's trying to get people to understand that we have to be kind to ourselves, right? We have to be kind to other people. And if we're acting like a child, we have to check ourselves. Or the other person needs to check you, which is not a good thing. And they will. Okay? They will. Which ends up being a big explosion, nasty energy, and vomit goes all over your house. And it continues for days. All right? Continues for days. Okay? And Lee and I had that probably 3 weeks ago, where he said something to me that was very, very mean and was yelling and screaming at me, wanting me to engage with him. I was off the dog. And it was 6 days. 6 days of not talking to each other. Nothing. Okay? Till finally he apologized. Okay? Because no, you're not going to talk to me like that. You're not going to talk to me like that. That energy doesn't belong in the house. It's not going to happen. He wanted me to set off his pressure cooker. Not going to happen. Too smart for that. Too smart. Too smart. And you are too. So we have to make sure that we pay attention, that we don't engage with that kind of thing. Because if you don't, the vomit will go all over the place. The blessing is if you are balanced, if you are knowing, if you are with who you are, you know they'll come around. Okay, you know they'll come around eventually because it's their guides pushing them to do that to see if, number one, if Bill will react. Not going to happen. And how are you going to deal with that when Bill doesn't react? Right? When your spouse doesn't react, when your children don't react, the whole thing. See? And that's what it is. They're teaching us every moment of every day. They truly are. They teach us every single day. And if you have issues with your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whatever the hell it is, you better work it out. About you. Not about them, it's about you. Why are you with them? Do you love them or not? If you love them, then great, work on yourself. Get yourself into talk therapy and get yourself straight. Same thing with the other person. Because the universe brought you together for a reason. Not to heal each other, but to heal yourself. And Spirit has told me that for decades, right? If I was with somebody, Bill, you're with that person, not so that you heal them, which I tried to do, it's for them to heal and you to heal also. It's true. It's true. Your children, the same thing. Children are there to trigger you. They're there to trigger you. Of all your childhood bull, all the things that happened to you when you were a kid, which no one had a beautiful childhood, so, take that thought out of your brain, right? Nothing was always good. That's not what we're here for. But understand, our children are here. My nieces and nephews are here for Uncle Bill. Hey, Lisa, to trigger. To have us go, okay, why am I upset with my child? Because I'm frustrated. The child's frustrated because I'm frustrated. The child's frustrated because guess what? He's 7 or 8 or 9, or she's 7 or 8 or 9, or 3 or 5 or 15, right? They're frustrated because they don't have the tools of conversation, of knowing. They don't have the experience in this life, in this lifetime. That's why you have to be kind. That's why you have to be kind. Kind to yourself, kind to them. Because when you do that, you change their whole world, number one. Number two, you also change yours. It's going, wow, what is it about that child right there that makes me be so angry at her? And Spirit has said, when moms have daughters born first, there's a reason for it. The mother signed up, and so did the daughter, for conflict. To see if they can work it out and balance each other. Yup. And boys are like that. Boys and dads, trust me. My father was like, oh my gosh, William, I don't know. Dad, it's fine, I'm good. I have 2 older brothers, right? Same thing with my oldest brother. My gosh, just crazy stuff. My second brother was a pleaser, which was wonderful. I'm not gonna do that, forget about it. And I walked away. Get back here. Okay, whatever. Yeah. So see how that all works together? Spirit is telling us that we have to make sure that we're ready for 2023 and beyond. All right? That we are in touch with ourselves, he says. Understanding who we're supposed to be from where we came from. We all chose to be here at this time for a reason. For transformation. As sucky as it is, because it sucks, right? We are here for transformation. We're here to understand ourselves better. We're here to understand what goes on in the universe better, because the universe is spirit. It's there. We come from somewhere out there, long time ago. We're here for a reason. We're here to change the planet. All of us are. The people that watch Coaching for the Soul, the people that watch Coaching for the, like I said, live on YouTube, watch other people on YouTube. It's all about the collective consciousness. It's all about us doing everything we possibly can to better ourselves as quickly as we can so they can use us quickly, as quick as they can. Okay? Yeah. And does that sound daunting? Don't let it. Don't let it feel daunting. Okay? Because you don't know what they're going to do. You don't know what you're going, you don't know what your plan, they don't know what the plan is. I don't know what the plan is. I kind of sort of know, and I'll tell you this really fast, that on Monday, when I had the conversation with a friend, I reached out to Lori Lipton for, okay, well, can you kind of give me some guidelines on what is going on? I was asking Spirit, not really getting anywhere because I was in the WTF mode with them, right? I don't understand, blah, blah, blah. Because again, they do this for a reason. They shield me from what I know because I'm human. She gave me some excellent points of boom, boom, boom. And I was like, yes, 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 exactly. Right back on track. So I'm going through Facebook Watch on Monday night, as I do every Monday night. That kind of is my no brain time. Let's look at all the cool things on there that they send out. And there's a woman named Lori Land, I think her name is, or Ladd, I'm not sure. I don't watch her things. I never have. I know who she is. She showed up on my Facebook Watch on Monday night. Yeah. And I'll tell you why, okay? She told this story about, she was dating this guy, and he asked her to go to Machu Picchu with him. She went, what the hell, why not? He was cute. I wanted to get to know him better, so we went to Machu Picchu together. Like, wow, that's kind of a long trip. They were in a car, they were in a Jeep for a really long time, down these roads, blah, 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 blah. She was telling the expanse of the story, okay? She says when she got out of the Jeep and her feet touched the ground in Machu Picchu, download, 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 download. And she started to shake, and her eyes were like mine do when I'm doing Coaching for the Soul and we're doing a reading. They dart back and forth, right? Because I'm connected. And she says she excused herself. She excused herself from her friend, right? Said, okay, I'm going to go over here and sit for a minute. I'm kind of finding I'm kind of feeling different. I'm kind of feeling the energy was really intense, she said, and I didn't know really what it was. I went over and sat down, leaned up against a tree. She goes in, download, 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 download. Okay? And she says, and after the downloads were complete, I knew I needed to write something. So when I got back to LA, after the beautiful trip to Machu Picchu, she wrote a book from just what was downloaded in that short hour, 2 hours, 3 hours time frame of her sitting on the ground, leaning up against a tree. Okay? So when they tell you you're going to write a book, you don't know what it's going to be about, don't know how to do it, guess what? That's what happens. I've been told once I step off that plane on Maui, my life will completely change. Everything that I know I'm supposed to do will be activated. It's already been downloaded. In Lori Land's case, it was not downloaded. She received it, which I find absolutely just amazing, that her body and her brain had the capacity to just download these, and she allowed it to happen. That's the key, Spirit says. That's the key. And I told that story not only for myself, to get myself like, okay, well, that's going to happen exactly how it's supposed to happen, because Spirit has said that to me before. Confirmation of my confirmation from Lori Lipton, right? Again, that's how they work, guys. Put yourself in a position where they can bring you stuff for confirmation, they will do it. It's not always a conversation with me. It's not. Sometimes I have to see it because I'm that freaking Capricorn. Gotta see it. Wow, that's amazing. My God, that's exactly what they told me. I'm going to get to Maui, and I don't know what the Lemurian books are going to be like. I don't know how to do that. Well, Bill, you already do. You just have to be there to do it. So when people give me outside advice, right? Oh, you should write the book. You can start the book here in Detroit. No, I can't. I've been told not to start anything until I get there. Oh, no, you should. Okay, that's great. Thank you. And I don't know why people do that. I truly don't. Lori Lipton says it's because they want to feel giving to you, Bill, because you do so much, because they feel close to you, which is wonderful. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. But you know what, guys? I never give guidance unless I'm asked. To anybody. Okay? I mean, unless it is a friend that I know is going to be okay with it, right? It may be taken with a grain of salt or whatever. But yeah, I never give it to Lee. Never. It's his own thing. Do your own thing, out of my thing, we're all good. See? So that kind of brings everything together, right? Is that when you put yourself in the right place at the right time, they will bring you exactly what you need. As you go through this process of transformation, as you go through this transformation of loving yourself and understanding yourself and allowing yourself to feel, allowing yourself to get it, not 100%, we're never going to get 100% until they bring us that consciousness. Okay? It's going to happen. Just not on our time. It's about working and allowing ourselves to flow. Flow. Gotta flow, baby. If you're not putting energy out to the universe every day that is positive, guess what? Karma's a bitch. And eventually it'll come up on you. Been there, done that. Been there, done that. It doesn't help anybody. It's about being as conscious as you can and understanding, okay, why today am I angry? Why today am I sad? Why today am I confused? We do it with Bailey every day. Okay? He's got dementia. He's almost blind from cataracts. He's got an enlarged heart. His back legs don't work because his kidneys are failing. He's got 3 tumors on his left lung, so he kind of has coughing attacks, things like that. Has a really bad mouth because his teeth have rotted out. The ones that are left. So his jaw hurts and things like that. But he's on painkillers and antibiotics and things like that until it's time, right? Right? But we can look at him and go, he's confused today. So we have to step up and take care of baby. Okay? Other days, he's bouncing around like he's 5 years old. Those are great days. We do the same thing with ourselves, Spirit says. I get it. The same thing with ourselves. He just said, great, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it's you, not me. So funny. So funny, the conversations we have back and forth. Yes, but understanding that we have to be the one who coaches ourselves. We have to be the one who counsels ourselves, who says before we get out of bed in the morning, when we're in that amazing haze that may not be urgent, oh my God, I overslept or whatever, give yourself time to wake up, guys. Give yourself time to wake up and set your intention for the day. Okay? Is it a good day, or is it going to be an okay day, or is it going to be a fabulous day? No such thing as bad days. If you have bad days, it's you're allowing yourself to feel the badness, this. Okay? Okay? All it is talking out loud, saying, no, we're not having that, Bill, we're not having that kind of day today. Let that energy go. It's not yours. It's not your energy, Bill. Let that stuff go. Let that stuff go. Okay? I also found a new tool within myself I was a very, very powerful individual in my retail career, all right? I was the masters of not only teaching people to sew shoes, managing people, merchandising, store volume, coaching, you name it. I was the guy who went around to all the stores in the Midwest with my last job at Clark's, and I trained everybody, as well as ran my store in Rochester Hills or ran my store in Woodfield in Chicago. Okay? And that's what I did. I've done that with every job I've ever had. All right? So that's a very, very powerful individual. Bill Hobart, that's the guy. That's who I am. Truly, that's who I am. This career that I'm in now, I'm finding myself again. Okay? And I realized the other day that there's Bill Hobart, the guy who's confident and is in charge and is got great energy. Every time I walked into a store, the volume went up because my energy was great. And it was like, okay, if I was home, how much we got to do today? We got to do $3,000. Okay, we got to do that plus more. So Bill, turn that light on. Come on, get out of that space, Bill. You got to make sure that they come into the store. Because they came into the store to see me, not particularly me being the entity in the store. That is us in our real life. That's us in our real life. Okay, so I'm using that more and more every day when I'm starting to feel a little low. Oh no, Bill. That's not, well. Step into your power, Bill. Step into your power. That's not what we're doing. Because when you can go a little bit to the left, I always say, guess what happens? You lose your power. You lose your vibration. Your vibration goes down. Okay, me being who I am and the powerful person that I've always been in my entire life, That's not ego. That's not anything. It is history, Spirit says. It is history in this lifetime and past lifetimes. That's why I can do this for a living. You know, I know, I get it. Because love just flows through me. It always has. Okay? I want the best for everybody. I want, and to my detriment, I'd rather have them have it than me. And I'm learning to take care of myself that way. Right? I would rather, do 8 hours of psychic fair and not eat. I can't do that. But I want to get everybody a chance, or then I'm going to run out of time. Okay? But I don't want anybody to feel bad. I want everybody to feel good, because this is so fantastic. That's why, after my psychic fairs of the last 2 weeks, I said to Spirit, okay, and we can do this on a grander scale, like 1,000 people in an auditorium, because I feel bad for not seeing 9 people in one day at one of the psychic fairs. The next day, I didn't see 11 people. They all signed up, but I can't get to them because there's not enough hours in the day. They're like, yeah, it's coming. Okay, well, I feel bad for that because I know they waited for me at least an hour. And then I'm like, guys, I can't see you because it's almost 6 o'clock. We have to go. Or almost 7 o'clock. We have to go. And the disappointment on their face. Oh, my God, you're kidding. I waited. I'm sorry. I give them a card. Call me. I'll do whatever I got to do to get you a reading. Whatever. Just call me. We'll set it up. And most people don't do that. And I find that very interesting that they don't. They don't call. But it's, again, I do that for them to offer, right? That sure, I don't want anybody to feel bad about, because they're on their spiritual journey. They're on their walk, Spirit says. They're on their trajectory to wanting to know what their life's going to be like. What's their life going to be about? Why do I feel like this? I don't understand. What's this change? What's this shift? I don't get it. I hate my job. I hate my friends. People are leaving me. I don't understand why. All the things that we do to ourselves. Okay? So be kind to yourself. Call yourself out loud, never in your head. Make sure that your venom does not leave, and you vomit that venom on the people that you supposedly love. Children, spouses, family. You gotta have boundaries. Gotta have boundaries. Kids love boundaries. They say they don't like boundaries. I never like boundaries. But guess what? Some of those boundaries save me from getting into trouble. Stupid trouble. Okay? I drove too fast, ate too much junk food, was too hyper, didn't like school, talked a lot. Not the best for a teenage kid. But I made a lot of money doing it in my jobs. So that's why it all worked out. But I was also a hurt, upset, emotional SOB. And I wish I wasn't that person back in the day, in the 80s and the 90s, but I was. But there are people in there that I affected in a positive way by having the bar really high. But that was my bar, not their bar. But they met it, and they're better for it now. Okay? So now that we're in this energy, in this shift, right? It's about not lowering the bar, but believing you can do everything that you know that you need to do to take care of yourself, to take care of you. 10 I love yous a day out loud. Have to. Guided meditation or some type of meditation. If it's a 15-minute meditation in the morning by Steve Noble to get you set for the day, freaking do it. Do it on the way to work, right? Do it whenever. I do it when I'm in the shower. I'm just hearing it, and I can visualize it as I'm washing my hair, washing my body, whatever, right? But you're in that energy of that meditation at that time, which helps yourself to get cleared. Giving yourself a freaking break, Spirit says. Giving yourself a freaking break. You don't control everything. They do. And as angry and anxious as you might be, as ready to go as you might be, what am I going to do with my life? You might be. Can't change it. What you can change are the controllables. Meditation, energy, self-talk out loud, asking Spirit for help, talking to somebody like me, going to talk therapy, taking care of you. That's the most important thing you could possibly do. It's the most important thing you can do, because guess what? As we move forward into higher dimensional energy, right? This is going to be taxed. You're going to use more of your brain than you've ever used before. and your body will just be your body. Will we still feel? Of course we will. Will we be full of love? Of course we will be. Everybody be at a different level. But a lot of the stuff, I was going to say something else, that we deal with now will be gone. It'll be, oh my God, what are you worried about that for? What are you worried about that for? Why are you thinking about that? Yeah. You have the choice, and I will tell you 100,000% that is true. To feel bad or not. Been dealing with it all week. No, we're not doing that. No, we're not doing that. Because I can fall back into the shadow of those 2 weeks of being in the cocoon. It's very comfortable for me. I did it a lot as a child. Again, New Grape and Twinkies on the playground as a boy from Jackson, a gay boy from Jackson, right? No, it wasn't a good time. But I was also clairvoyant. I was also empathic. I was also intuitive. So I have all these things going on in my body, in my head, and not knowing what they are. And no one around me I didn't have any guidance. Your children are going through the same thing right now, okay? As you are. Only you have all the stuff on top of you that they brought you to protect you from the things that were supposed to hurt, that were supposed to hurt you, so they couldn't find you or whatever, okay? So now it's our time to let all that stuff go. Let it all go. So work on yourself. Love yourself. Okay? Be kind to the people that love you. Be kind. Your children have no idea why you're angry. Your children have no idea why you're talking to them like that. Your children has no idea. And guess what? If your parents did it, it's not your job to do it too. You got to be conscious. If your grandparents did it, not your job to do it. Your siblings do it, not your job. It's not your job. Because those children are going to revolt against you one day in a spiritual way. You're going to be, oh my gosh, wow, I wasn't the nicest dad. I wasn't the nicest mom. No. You have to give them what you never got. Okay? That's your job. If you're a supervisor or you're in a work environment, guess what? The same exact thing. You got to give your employees the same thing, love and attention and understanding and a voice and a tone of voice that is not emotional. There's no yelling, there's no screaming, there's no any calling names, there's no anything. None of that. Okay? Just doesn't work. It doesn't work for you. It doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for anybody. It doesn't work for anybody. I don't know what that is. Yeah. Okay? So, that's a really quick hour. If you have any questions, guys, I'm always available. 248-310-7689 for questions. I answer them as soon as I can. Okay? Still doing readings every day. Okay? On the website, billhobart.com. Half an hours and hour readings and hour and a half readings. I'm starting to do groups again. So I think I've got 3 groups in November, December so far. So if you want to have a party, let me know. It's $60 a person right now. I may raise the price because I'm being told I need to raise all my prices up January the 1st. So prices are going to go up just because I'm worth it. And yeah, they're happy when I just said that. And namaste to everybody. Again, if you have questions, call me, send me a text, whatever. Book readings. I got Saturday appointments available this week if you want a Saturday appointment, which doesn't happen that often. But love yourself. Give yourself a pat on the back. Give yourself 10 I love yous a day. Tell your kids you love them. Tell your spouse you love them. As many times as you possibly freaking can. Because guess what? Tomorrow's not promised. And so are you, Kelly. You're worth it too. Okay? Tomorrow's not promised to everybody. It's not. Okay? I know where we're going, and it's fantastic, right? Do I know what it looks like 100%? No. But I know in my heart, and I know from being guided, and I know from the light, right, that everything is going to be fine. That we're moving forward at record speed. And when we get halfway there, we're going to go, WTF is that? Are you freaking believe that I can do that? How did I know that, Spirit? How did I know this? How did I know that? Where'd this come from? Where'd that come from? You can be like, oh my God, Bill, this is freaking crazy. Well, we talked about it in 2021 and 2022 and 2023, And yeah, it's happening. It's gonna happen for all of us, and that's the awesome thing. We have to get our freaking human out of the way so that we don't step on ourselves. We don't step on ourselves. Okay? So I love everybody. Take care of yourselves. Need something, let me know. I'm always around. All right? And I'll see you next Thursday at 3 for Coaching for the Soul.